Hey everybody, Jeff Sansone back with another Tigers basketball interview. Today we have the pleasure of talking to Emmett O'Malley, senior player for Ridgefield, wears number 21. Emmett's another four-year player in the program, which is really great. And he's a 4-5 for the Coach Mac squad, maybe like a 1-2 in the rec leagues when he gets out there. But
Exactly.
he's got his role to play here for the Tigers, and it's a big one. He gets right in the middle of the action. And so just say hello, Emmett, and we can get to meet you a little bit. How you doing?
Great. How are you? Yeah, great to be on.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having us. Looks like you might be a basketball fan by the looks of what's going on your wall behind you.
Yeah, I got quite the collection. Lot of years running, waiting for the Nets to be good, so it's exciting.
So Nets is your team, of course. And I know that we've talked about you playing tennis a little bit. Do you play other sports, or is basketball your only sport at this point?
Yeah, so I've been playing varsity tennis since a freshman, starting there. That's mainly I play that in the summer, where I usually go out to Fire Island for the whole month of July. So that's always been, I guess, my best sport. But tennis is one of those sports where you have to be 24/7 committed to take it to that next level. So I guess basketball always took precedence. And then my sophomore year, I was varsity soccer as well. But it just really wasn't for me. And just being involved with a winning program like basketball at RHS was just something that made me think, do I want to go be a captain of the basketball team and be a starter and go win a championship, or just play in soccer? And I mean, I had friends on the team, of course, but it just wasn't the program for me, and basketball was just my love, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't realize you were actually a three-sport athlete. I mean,
Yeah, it was.
it's really hard. I see that a lot of kids are, pushed into specialization at a young age. And I think multi-sport athletes like yourself that have those skill sets from other sports can really do well, in all sports if they have the time, the commitment, and the skill level to do it,
Yeah, exactly. I think soccer is one of the things that helped me with I don't know necessarily, I guess lateral quickness definitely for defending wise, because I was always in the back, but jumping, I'd always be heading the ball. It's probably why. I think it took a couple points off my SAT score, but it's okay. But yeah, I think having just a multifaceted approach to like athletics in general will help you. But I mean, of course, there's kids who go straight to basketball and they thrive in it as well. So it's more of a personal choice,
Did you get concussed in soccer? You said head of the ball.
I had one or two concussions in soccer, but it was nothing big. Just have to go through the RHS protocol. I mean, headers you get used to it as long as you hit it in the right place, but occasionally it can come at you faster than you expect.
Now, I remember you missed some time last year due to injury. What was that? How did that work itself out? And are you feeling good today?
Yeah, that was tough. So that was the first year so obviously sophomore year I was playing soccer and tennis, and then I said, you know what, I'm just going basketball, did the whole fall program, because I'd never really committed to, obviously what makes RHS basketball so great is we're committed to it 100% of the time. In the off season, that's where we really get the work in. And I felt like I'd always joined the season a bit behind almost from the other kids who were playing basketball the whole time. So I didn't play soccer my junior year. And then the scrimmage before the first game, I fractured my fibula just going up for a rebound, landed on another kid's foot. So I got back, I think 2 games before the playoffs. Should have been back earlier, but of course when I was returning, I had my appendix removal. So that was brutal. Right when I got back, I had to get my appendix out. So that put me back another 2-3 weeks.
Oh man, the old 1-2 punch. So you missed, basically said scrimmage, you got hurt, and you came back a couple games before the playoffs. So
yeah,
you missed almost your entire junior season. Was it an emergency appendectomy, or did you just?
Yeah, I was in school, thankfully right before midterms, so I didn't have to take those. But I was in school, and then I was with Amos, another co-captain, and I was telling him my stomach is not feeling well. And then he was like, it's probably your appendix. And I was like, okay, shut up. And then I texted my mom, I was like, all right, something's wrong. And then I went to, I think, Ridgefield Pediatrics, and they sent me right to the hospital. Wow. Yeah.
That's a tough 1-2 blow. And I apologize. I don't know if I introduced you as a captain. I don't think that's my error. You are captain of this team with Amos Gray and Matthew Iben, correct? Tri-captains this year.
Mm-hmm.
So my error there, and that's a well-deserved honor for you. I know that I've been working with you in the off-season program. I know how hard you work and how much you love basketball. So I'm glad you got that recognition. So, you were injured, you came back. I watched those games last year during the playoffs. You had big roles in those games and you hit some big shots. For a guy that didn't play a lot, you
Yeah,
made a
exactly.
difference. How did that feel to be able to step in and help out?
I mean, it was awesome. Of course, it was great our season was so, I guess it wasn't perfect, but I mean, in terms of record, it was probably, I'm obviously greatest in school history. So I got to watch it unfold, which was awesome. But to come back, it was tough to come back, honestly, because our guys had kind of settled into those roles. Matt Iben, obviously, one of our top players right now, probably most definitely going to lead us in rebounding and all those categories. He had settled right in. I was playing more. I was actually in a starting role beforehand because Matt DeLuca was out, as well as Derek Spikowski. So then I came back and just worked my way in, and I was coming in for James Rush, as opposed to my sophomore year. I was always at the 5. So that was kind of my first introduction to the 4 spot, which was great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
What's going on with you and your academics and next year? I'd kind of ask all the boys, are we going for a gap year? Are you going to look at some work? Are you going to go to school? What's
Yeah, I was accepted early decision to Vanderbilt, so that was awesome.
yeah.
Uh, Not a lot of stress in that department, thankfully. And that was another thing that really helped me transition. All right, it's go time for this season.
Yeah,
Last
I could see that as watching you go through that experience. It was almost like you could put a mark on the calendar. The day you found out, I saw a different Emmett O'Malley at practice, and I don't think I could, or maybe the other coaches could appreciate the
Mhm.
pressure and all the work that happens outside of basketball. Like can you talk a little bit about being a student athlete, someone who really cares about their grades and their future? How does that
Yeah.
affect what you do, day to day?
Yeah. So last year, I'm not sure how it worked out, but I think it honestly could have been the injury because I wasn't really fully devoted to those games. Like I was on the sidelines, of course, reading the scouts and all that. But with the season comes so much responsibility as a player. And last year I think I took 4 APs, and I ended with like my best, the best out of all 4 years in terms of grades. But it's just so much pressure when all your peers are, and especially the kids above us are getting to college, and you're looking, wow, how nice would that be to be done? Like I remember Luke getting in so early for athletics, and I was like, man, I wish that was me. But I think this is one of those experiences where you're going to learn something that's going to translate to the rest of your life in terms of time management, because it, I mean, on taking that type of class load, there's going to be 1 to 2 hours of homework every night, and then you of course the 3 hours of practice in addition
Yeah.
to film. So
We've heard
you
from
really
others
focus.
like how demanding the program is, even from the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
For someone like you who is a high IQ individual, right? You're taking AP classes, got into an excellent school. Like, how do you find what is being thrown at you at the basketball level with all the information you get? Is it
I
mental?
love it. That's one of my favorite things about our program is that there's a science to it, and you know exactly if you do X and Y, you're gonna win the game. And just the work the coaches put in to make sure that we have the the necessary ingredients to make this statistically favorable for us in any game because of what we know and what we can do in response to what they're doing. So it's really a game changer for in that regard for how much like IQ stuff we put into the practices.
Yeah, I'm fascinated at the what goes into the thinking behind everything you guys do and how quickly you guys pick it up. It's really cool. So I'll wrap up with this. It's a snowy Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know when we're going to get this interview, which game we're going to play it before, but
Mhm.
I got to get you on the record. It's the Bucks against the Chiefs tonight. Um, we know which way your head coach goes. I don't know if anyone's going to pick against him, but what do you think for tonight?
I think, as the great Justin DeFabio said it best, I was raised right, so I can't root morally for Tom Brady. But um, I don't know. I just
Why
hate
is that a moral
betting
issue?
against.
Picking Tom Brady.
I've never been a football guy, but something about those Patriots fans. Jason
Okay.
Hartnett. Ugh. So
Well, we just talked to young Jay
yeah,
Hartnett.
I'm sure he's riding the Bucks right now. He's ready to go. I hate to go against Tom Brady, but I got to go with Kansas City on this one.
All right. So you're making a decision based on pure hate and dislike for
I
individuals.
mean, there's respect for it, but at the same time, yeah, it's the organization. You can't.
All right. Well, you're it's a clean sweep with the coaches. They've all gone with the Chiefs, so
Yeah.
you've aligned yourself nicely, and your playing time will be reflective of that. But
If Tom Brady beats us, at least we have strength in numbers on that one. Yeah.
yeah, you'll be watching Jason Hartnett and me doing a lot of laps, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, it was great catching up with you. All the best this season. I'm really looking forward to Emmett O'Malley getting out there, and if I get the opportunity to call another game, I want to be calling your name a lot. And if not, I hope our student announcers get to call Emmett O'Malley's name often.
Yeah.
And
Either way, that'd be awesome. I
dramatically.
appreciate you. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, Emmett. Be well, man. We'll catch up soon.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thanks.